My name is Chris. I'm with Kazumi Team Productions, and today this is a tutorial on how to do a quick character in MOHO 12, complete with a head turn and somewhat of a body turn. So let's get started today. And I already selected the color that I want from the style menu. But although you can do whatever you want, this is how I do things with the MOHO 12. Start with the head and then the hood. So let's rename this. Okay. That looks good. Then I'm going to speed along here to show you what I do. Let's put some hairs on this character. Now, of course, it's going to be Adventure Time characters. What's kind of cool about MOHO 12 versus other versions of MOHO 12 is that you can lock this curvature tool down when you're putting down points, so that that way you don't mess up the curves that you created with the shape. Let's go with the Fiona type of character. Let's copy this, flip it. And then I don't like that color. Well, I do, so I think it's a little bit too dark in this character. Well, let's put this in the group now. Like I said, I'm gonna run through the just with the body shape of the character. So what I like to do is create a vector underneath the head and try to separate the body from the head if I can. And if I have back hair or even this type of hood right here, I like to always keep it in the back of the body. So that way it looks like this hood is behind the body. So let me grab that color. Let me focus on the neck. different. Okay. So with this character, I'm gonna do some simple shapes. Don't worry, this character will not be renewed for too long. So anyway, when creating a female character, you got to think about all the curves for the character. So curve out the shoulders. Now, of course, I'm just selecting the shape and pressing down shift and then down on the down arrow to put it behind the neck. Okay. Let's select the blue for the shirt. I'll call this hips. Now, of course, when you're designing your characters, you got to think about how they move and stuff. That's the one key. And then the second key is just the appeal to the character. Push this up. And select this punch. Okay. That's actually going to be the base for the character. Now what I like to do for the leg, is just use simple strokes. And let's give this character like some shoes and some socks. So what I'm going to do now is just select the whole thing. Come on, you. And press enter. Now I'm going to do the same thing. Just repeat the same action. Just select all. And then create a second shape. Then now I will select the width for the leg So now I should have something that looks like this. And since it's like it always tapers, or unless if it's like a soldier or something, but you can do whatever you want with your character. The reason why I just use strokes is just a lot easier to control the legs. So let's grab this pan color. And in the width of the styles, I like to go 1 point. I choose 7.5. And now what this will do for the shape is to create a seamless leg, which is pretty cool. Then I'm going to add on the shoes. Just drag this one down here. So create the shoe, press return. Then we're gonna switch it to black. Then it looks like a shoe. It depends on what you're going for. I'm going for how about some shorts? So with some socks. So anyway, y'all will just leave it this high. So I will create this shape again. And then for the sock color, I'm gonna put it to white. So if you see now that when I do this, it will actually look like a pant color. And this is more versatile within the construction for the leg than to do the individual parts, because for example, if I start creating the leg like this, it's pretty simple, right? But as soon as I put bones to these two boxes, I'm gonna have to use more small bones, which is fun and stuff, but it just takes time to do. So with the leg selected, I'm going to put the origin point on that first dot near the hips. Then I'm going to just duplicate this once. Then put it leg right. And I'm going to switch. No, I'm not going to switch. I'm going to translate the layer to reach something like that. And you probably see me do this on my live streams too when I create the character, which is pretty cool. Let me adjust the hips so that way it matches up. Actually, let's say if I don't want this stroke corrector to be as thick, all I got to do now is just adjust the all the colors. Excuse me. I'm trying to select the shapes and zoom in at the same time. So I'm gonna select all the shapes that I created. Then I'm going to increase the width of every single shape. So I will do the same thing, put it to 1.8 per 6 shape. And then let's zoom in on the hips now. Still too thick, so I'm going to do once more. Going to put it at 190. See how that looks right now. That looks pretty good. And then let's look at the shapes again. Do the same thing, 1.90. Stop doing that. What I'm doing is just trying to zoom in on the character. So what I'm going to do now is hide the edges for the torso. That's still too low. And then narrow these. I'm going to adjust the curvature of these hip lines. That looks pretty awesome. Now let's put some arms in. Hold this left arm. Or you can do whatever you want up. I'm gonna do the similar construction for the arms. I'm gonna just make a simple line. And for this one, I'm going to zoom in, and you can barely even see it now. But there is just a line there. Let's try to adjust these points to select the shape and select enter now. Do it twice. And now I should see a white color for the line. Just the width at the end. Let's give a small little vest to this character. just need to select one of the shapes, put it to 2, then select a darker outline, put it behind the other shape that we just created, and select the top one. Let's create the skin color. So now we should have something that looks like this. But that looks horrible. But anyway, we can fix that right now. I'm gonna make a sleeve for this character. So just create the shape. And then bring up the styles menu. Let's select the shirt color. So now that we have something like this. I'm gonna select this one and select it. And what I like to do is just put the skin above the mm, there we go. What I like to do is just put the skin over the shape of the hand. So now that it looks like this, let's go ahead and create the shape again. Not that one. Press enter. Then select. And then input 1.90 again. Just so that we can get this nice outline of the arm. So now if I deselect it, I should have something that looks like this. So of course, let's adjust this arm. Okay. So now, I'm going to back out of this. See how it looks. And then right before I copy this, I'm going to put the origin point where the shoulder meets the neck, or the shoulder blades, whatever. Then I'm going to copy this. Call this right. It always helps when you name your stuff. So right now I'm going to flip the layer, put it on the other side. So now we should have a complete body minus the facial features. And then right now I'm going to add in the facial features. Let's actually create Adventure Time eyes. So we're gonna select a black color because it's Adventure Time characters. They're all pretty much have black eyes. We can take our off this other stroke. And let's do something like this. And let's add the stroke. Take the fill bucket. Do something like this. So when I render this out, I should have something that looks like this. Which is pretty cool. I just need to copy it and then flip it around. Let's actually zoom in. Try to make contact with the eyes, just like this. Try to. Oh. Zoom out. So let's call this mouth. If it will allow me to. Let's give this character a Adventure Time mouth. Mm. We're gonna give it half of my technique and half of it um, Adventure Time mouse. So I should have a shape just like this one. We're gonna also copy the style. Then let's put the object stroke on. That'll be helpful. Just select that. And then for my mouse, I just like to use just a single vector for the mouth. Let's just put this behind. One last thing I'm going to do is just create a shape. And sometimes you'll bump into stuff like this where it's disconnected from the line. That's okay. Press U to create the shape. Press Enter to make the shape. So let's go with the black color. And for the bottom lip, I always, this is my style. I try to just make it darker from the upper lip. There we go. And now for the teeth. Just go for a fully smile. Yeah, I said fully. Let's actually shrink these teeth down. Okay. For the sake of time, I'm not gonna worry about the tone at all. This character is now ready. So let's give this a quick bone. So first off, I'd like to create a bone called base to make the bone for the chest. And then let's lower the view quality of the rig. Let's follow the points right through the hands. Then I'm going to do the same thing. Of course, it's a little okay to be a little bit messy right now. Come back to the base bone and then create the legs now. Let's actually create a head bone for this. So now that's out of the way, I'm going to increase the display. All this does is just allow you to see the framework and the low resolutions for the character. So now that I got the bones for the rig the way that I want, I'm going to make two controls for the head and for the eyes. Okay. Now let's go through here and bind everything. So let's select this one, point bind it. And for the eyes, I like to have it on a separate bone. And then point bind it. And now for the head, since it's stationary, since it's not going to change its shape, I like to point bind it. As far as the ears go, let's actually make a hair back or a backup head bone. So what I like to do is just create a bone and put it somewhere right underneath there. Okay. Just for right now, I'm going to point bind this now to this bone. Same thing with the arm. Going to just point bind everything to this layer. Just real fast. And at this point, you can test your egg. Much better. With a little bit off. The only reason why it does that is because I selected the wrong points. Oh, that's perfect. Then go down over here to the hand and then point on that. We're going to do the same thing now for the other side. Right before I do that, I'm gonna adjust the bone to this rig. Um, now we're going to point bind it again. Um, Now for the body itself, I like to point bind everything to a single layer. So, and then as I do this, I notice that the head was too far lowered on the thing. So now for the hips, we're gonna point bind it to this bone. Now for the legs, I'm going to do the same thing. Just go over here to the first bone, select everything, and point bind it. Just the rig, real fast. That's perfect. I'm going to point bind the leg. And since the hood, I know where the hood is, we're gonna point bind this hood back here. Okay. And then the final step is to select the bones, zero out the strength. I don't like the strength um, to certain bones. So let's rename a couple of these. Call this head. Oh, head turn. And let's call this ass. Alrighty. So let's test this rig out. Oh, hold on. Forgot to do something. So I'm gonna deselect this bone. Go over here to the first leg. I'm going to drag it to the right. Going to drag this to the left. So now this is going to be a target bone for this, like right here. And we can do the same thing. Now what I like to do for my rigs is just come over here to the bones, select the 4 bones, and enter 3 for all these bones. Now what this will allow me to do is just stretch the legs so they always touch the bone. This is good for walking cycles. So, oh, exercise 25. We're going to make a quick small bone from the hip. Just rotate the hip, halfway one, Then now from 24, revert it back to normal. And then do that. I don't want to see that. Oops. Let's do that one more time, shall we? I accidentally made all the bones keyframes. I don't want to do that with this one. Actually, that will tend to break the rig. So now with this selected, I'm going to zoom in. And you see how it's all messed up right now. We're going to frame 1. Let's just get rid of that keyframe. We're gonna drag the bone up. Drag this one. Then now from 24, I'm gonna select these 2. Just like so. Then reset the what is it called, the position point of the bones. The same thing. I'm going to drag this one right around here. We can also mess around with the shirt too. So let's actually do that. I'm going to select the points. Pre-expose it right here. Do it one more time on frame 48. To select these points. Go over here and adjust the points accordingly. And do it for the last frame. There we go, that looks alright. So now if I scrub this over here, the smart bones will actually create the illusion that she's a part of her own body. So that's something that I want to see. We're also going to make sure that nothing else was selected as far as rotation or very good. Nothing was, because it will seriously mess up your animation. So let's go over here now to just start the rig. Go on to frame 1. And of course it's not perfect, so we're gonna go back to frame 0. Gonna select this arm. I'm going to play with the points now. To move this point up here, move it up here. Then now I'm going to select the right arm. Test it out, especially by the wrist. You see how it's breaking the wrist? Well, that's only because the bone is not aligned with the bone. Um, so after that's adjusted, you now see it kind of works right now. Let's actually create um, 2 bones. Pair and bind them. Do that again. Select the bones. Copy them. Now these will serve as facial controls. Since this is a simple rig, I don't need to go mad on it. It's through my other ones. We're gonna now go through here, start putting in enclosed constraints in. Just 0.90 for every single one. Call this hey. Then push OK. Now let's go to the mouth layer. Now the way that I control my mouse is just through this. Make it like that. Just by shifting, by holding down shift and dragging, it will actually lock the points into a vertical line. Sorry. So the reason why I don't set the keyframes onto other frames, because you really don't need to do that for these type of mouse that I create. So now I'm going to create a O shape. Select the bone, rotate it. Then we're going to import the head mouth into the timeline. So what I like to do for the O's is just bring it in so that it looks like a shape of an O. drag the points till it looks like something like this. It's not too shabby. Let's create a another one. Call this smell. And select the bone to rotate it to 90. So let's go for a smile. So after that's done, I'm going to zoom back out. Select this last bone. And call this frown. Doing the same thing. I'm going to go on from one, go to the mouse, zoom in, and now that she is frowning. So, you're gonna have to think about how the character frowns, because every character is different. So, excuse the noise. Okay, so, after that's done, let's give this a run for the menu. That's pretty cool. But now let's actually create a, let's scale this down. Okay. Let's actually give her a head turn down. Looking to the right. Can you zoom in? Then let's actually rename this back. So let's actually position control this to the head bone. And so since the hood is going behind the head, I'm going to just reverse the positions. So now that it looks like if she's something like this. So Let's give a little bit of animation. I'm from 24. Alright, I like that. But let's actually create some hair real fast to this character. So right in here I will call this hair band. So since this is a Adventure Time character, I'm gonna select a blonde color. You can do whatever you want. Let's actually go ahead and bind the band to this bone. And now if you can see that my character is kind of saluting, she's looking down, it's kind of breaking, but so how it's kind of breaking right there. So anyway, that's how I approach my characters with simple lines. And this was a tutorial on how to do simple character rigs. Um, so, um, anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this. And so, if you're new here, please rate, comment, and subscribe to my channel for next content. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye.